A link is basically anything that you can click on to navigate to another web page or section in a website, or even to another website. This can be a text, image, or any other HTML element. Links are basically known as hyperlinks. To create a link in HTML, we simply use the anchor tag. Let's quickly see some examples. First, we start with the opening anchor tag, and then we're going to specify the destination address where we want to link to. This can be done by using the href attribute of the anchor tag. For this example, we will link to firstpage.html. In between the opening and closing anchor tag, we are going to specify what the user will click on. This can be a text, an image, or any other HTML elements like I said before. Let's start with a simple text. Call this first link, and then let's create another link and specify an image in place of the text. So we're going to link these two images, and here we're going to say img, navigate to the images folder, and then we can choose one of the images there. I'll save the document and do a refresh. You can see that we have the first link at the top here, and we also have the image link here. If I click on first link, I'll be redirected to firstpage.html. I'll go back. If I click on the image, I'll be redirected to images.html. We can also specify the location where we want the linked document to be open using the target attribute of the anchor tag. Let's see some examples. Let's link this to firstpage.html, and here we're going to say target underscore blank. This will basically open the linked document in a new window. Let's create another link to our formatting page. And for the target, we're going to specify parent. This will basically open the linked document in the parent frame. Let's create another link to the attribute page. Specify target to be underscore save. This will basically open the document in the same frame as it was clicked. And the last one is target underscore top. We'll link it to basic tag.html. Target underscore top. This basically will open the linked document in the full body of the window. I'll save and refresh the page. We can see all the various links at the bottom here. I'm just going to move them all to a new line using the break tag. And refresh the page. We have all the links displayed in new line. If I click on the first link, it's going to open a new window and takes us to the page that we specify here, which is firstpage.html. The next one, open linked document in the parent frame, we make use of the same window. It will not open a new window like the first one that we saw. Click on this and it opens in the same frame. Next one, open linked document in the same frame. This is basically going to do the same thing. It's going to open within the same frame. And the last one, open linked document in the full body of the window. This is underscore top. Basically, this is how we create links in HTML. But one thing that you notice here is when we click on this document, there is no link here that takes us back to the previous page. You will notice that going back to the previous page, I've been using the arrow button at the top here. So there is no link within this page that we linked to that takes us back to the previous page. So when we're creating links, we need to ensure that we have links that take us from one page to the other. And we are going to see how to do this in this course extensively. But to just illustrate the very basic example, this is our formatting test.html page. I'll open that and create a link that will take us back to our working link page. In our formatting.html, I'm going to put a link here to specify back as the test. I'll save and do a refresh. We can see that the link is here now. So when we click on this link, we have an easy way to go back to the page that we're coming from. I'll navigate back to our links.html. We can also create links that allow users to jump from one section of a web page to another using the name tag. Let me quickly illustrate this using a very simple example. I'll add one more link here. I'm going to add an image as a link. Save this document and refresh. Then you can see the new image here. What we're going to do now is to create a link at the very top such that when the user clicks on the link, the page will jump to the bottom. And then we're going to create another link at the bottom so that when the user clicks on the link, the page will jump to the top. There are two processes involved in doing this. First, we need to create the name tag, which is sometimes referred to as a bookmark. Creating the name tag will require us to identify the element with an ID. We'll create a paragraph here, and then we'll create another paragraph. So each of the paragraph will be identified uniquely using an ID, and we can call this top and call this bottom. Okay, I'm going to copy that, move it to the bottom of the page. Now we want to create a link at the bottom of the page so that when the user clicks on this link, the page will jump to the top. So we're going to target that ID, going to say ahref, and we're going to target the ID which we call top, and we put a link test here. The same principle applies when we want the user to jump to the bottom of the page. We are going to create the link here. You can notice that I'm using the pound sign before the name of the ID. This is how it should be done when we are creating bookmark in HTML. We're going to save and do a refresh. Let's see how this goes. If I click on this link, the page should jump to the bottom. If I click on this link, it should take us back to the top of the page where we have the test top of the page. We can actually jump to the bottom of this page right from another document. So let's quickly illustrate this. I'll copy this that takes us to the bottom, and I'm going to paste it here. Notice that we have the ID in the other page. We have this ID here, bottom. Okay, this is where we want to jump to. All right, so go to the previous page. So from this page, I'm just going to simply target that same ID. But doing that, I need to also specify the page that I want to go to. So I'm going to say formatting. I'm going to say links. This should be links. Then in the links page, we want to go to the bottom once this link is clicked on. I'll save and do a refresh here. Let's open the formatting page, and there we can see this link here. So when we click on this link, which have the text from formatting page, it's going to take us to the bottom of that page. Click, you see that it takes us directly to the bottom of this page. You can see that we can actually use the name tag to go to a specific section of another web page.